Good evening, ladies and menfolk, and everyone else. Welcome to Word Ninjas Live, episode 50. We are a day and a half late from our regular schedule because we were in a convention all freaking weekend. But hey, we survived. Hooray!
Mostly survived.
Nah, we're not dead yet. Let's go with that. But we still wanted to get an episode out this week before it becomes next week. Because we want to talk about the convention, because it was a lot of fun, despite all the craziness and shenanigans that ensued.
Indeed.
So now is our chance to actually do a convention review of our various experiences and like what worked, what didn't, what were some highlights, stuff like that. Because Calvin and I got to do one for Book Expo America, but this time we had twice as many people.
Yay!
I'm gonna let the minions go first.
Oh.
Haha.
Aha. Well, there was the button bin.
I'm already working on fixing that.
That was a highlight, obviously.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It was certainly an improvement over last year's Tower of Sadness.
But then it was the bin of despair.
It was the bin of despair, which is better than the Tower of Sadness, but still not good enough.
This is why we are plotting the Bins of Glory.
The bins of glory. But yes, for all of those who could not join us, the bin of despair was basically a giant Tupperware container containing little Ziploc bags of all 75 of our button designs, arranged in
Chaos.
order.
I reordered those things 4 times over the weekend.
Yeah. They refused to stay in order because then it was like, oh, I want all of these buttons. And they're all over the place and buried under other buttons, and chaos ensued.
And you'd get 5 people that wanted, hold 5 different sets of
Yeah.
buttons.
You'd have 2 people
At the same
next to
time.
each other, and they'd each want 5 buttons, but they couldn't want the same buttons. So then we'd have to find 10 buttons.
It's technically more designs if you count the new versus the old formats.
Yeah. Which some people did want specifics of. They preferred
Yeah.
one over the other. And of course, I'm silently correcting your grammar, and I'm not silently correcting your grammar, are almost exactly the same button.
And one of them consistently hid from us.
Yes.
There's
It was
the
always
one we
whichever
were not
one.
looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was definitely a group frustration, which I am not really sad to say has been taken out of my control.
Yes, I'm okay with this.
Hooray!
Like I said, I'm already working on fixing this problem.
Hooray! I don't have to do everything.
And you will find everything.
Seems like I'm slowly becoming more and more of the coordinator and logistics person. The coordinator part I have no problem with. The logistics person, that's a little dangerous for me to be in control of. I'm not the best at logistics, as people have learned.
We're getting there.
Getting there. I think one of my highlights for the weekend was people coming back from last year who remembered us and wanted more buttons.
That was pretty cool to have people come up and be like, I bought buttons from you guys last year. And then they'd give us more money.
Or the lady that bought the book last year and then came back for the pamphlets this year.
Indeed.
Yeah, she almost cleaned me out of booklets. I didn't know what to say. Other than in my brain, I'm going to need to print more.
And, oh, what else?
I would say one of the highlights was the Literotica panel.
Oh,
Yes.
highlight for you, maybe. I have mixed feelings on it, but since I led it, that's probably to be expected.
I think for a first run, it went very well,
Thank
even
you.
with the various distractions and shenanigans from the crowd.
Like that one drunk person.
Hmm.
I still wanted to go fuse on him.
I'm surprised you didn't.
Calvin could see I was this close. He shut up just in time.
But, yeah, I look back and go, I don't think I did that well. And then I remember all the people who walked up to me and said, we loved this panel. And I'm like, you did? Oh, maybe I did better than I think I did.
I would agree with those sentiments.
I'll have to go with the consensus then, because if more people think that went well than did not go well, then I must be wrong.
You're just being too hard on yourself.
Aren't I always?
Yeah, well, aren't we all?
And we have the video proof that it went well, although it's in Calvin's hands, so it's going to take a little while to render since we have like 10 hours of content for him to render,
Indeed.
which is slowly getting up on our channel. I know Friday's press junkets are all up there now, and
Yes,
he's
they
going to
are.
work on Saturdays and Sundays.
Might I
Little-
add, Friday's videos have a decent number of views as well.
Already?
Yeah, there were a few that are like, there were a couple that hit double digits.
Oh, snap. Oh, yeah, I did see one stat while updating stuff on the YouTube page today. We've hit over 1,000 cumulative views on
Oh my.
everything.
Woohoo!
So,
That
kudos.
feels like a milestone. Thank you, all of our viewers.
Now, subscribe, hit like, and view more.
Yes, always.
And this is news as of today. Will gets to do his panel all over again in a month at Inconceivable. And I get to do 2 next month. Yay.
Yay.
I need to figure out new shenanigans to purposely disrail you guys.
Well, let's see. I know one of my panels is Warping Time and Courting the Muses, based off of the 2 booklets we had.
Hmm.
And then the other was, I think, Plot Pacing, which
Yes.
admittedly is going to require the most amount of work because I only have vague outlines for that one, so that's going to be a priority. But I'm glad that they're interested in it all, and I look forward to doing them. And I look forward to going to Inconceivable in a month, because it really does sound like a fun convention, now that we know that everything has been worked out. So we
Indeed.
can talk about it now.
Yay.
Hooray.
And it doesn't sound like it's going to turn out like the debacle that was DashCon.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
That was bad.
let's not have that happen.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was at ConnectiCon instead of DashCon.
Hmm.
Even if I did miss an extra hour in the ball pit.
Please don't use all of your budget on a ball pit.
I don't know, for that kind of budget, I can make a pretty impressive ball pit.
Yeah, it's not going to be an inflatable swimming pool with like.
I just need $16,500 more dollars.
You'll have to save up a bit for that.
I can make an impressive ball pit on the 500. Challenge me. I'll do it.
So other than the bin of despair, were there any other things that kind of didn't work exactly the way you expected, or anything that you'd like to see kind of upgraded for next year? Or other conventions?
I think the only thing we really need to work about is our organization skills and display spacing, but other than that, I think we did really well this year.
I'm definitely with you on the display workup. We need more.
We need a bigger table.
Or at least we need to find better ways to make use of the space we get.
Yeah.
Well, I think we brought less unusable stuff this year, but we can do that even better next time.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna look into maybe just a thin table that we can maybe do an L shape of, so maybe we can have more space for inventory even, kind of
Hmm.
like the whole shelf setup in the back that we had
Right.
or would like to have.
Hmm.
Because if you only have 4 people at an 8x8 space, you can figure out ways of making it work as long as we don't have stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
And I mean, hey, we did make it work. We had 4 people at the booth more often than not.
And I feel like we had more space behind the booth this year than last year with 4 people.
Yeah.
But like you said, we didn't have as much of the unneeded stuff back there.
And we didn't have the Tower of Sadness.
Mm.
That took
Or
up a
the
lot of space. What was that?
Or the green screen.
Yeah, we didn't need the green screen.
Actually, I should touch base with Inconceivable, see if they need the green screen. Would be interesting for interviews.
Yes.
Add that to the list of never-endingness of things I need to do. Because I am the organizer for us. Yay.
Yay!
And seeing as we were 4 artist colony people, 2 panelists, and 2 press people all in one group, I have to give props to the con staff because they handled us very well from what I saw. We had a pretty smooth experience.
Oh, yes, it was very smooth. We didn't have any issues or anything at all.
This is probably one of the smoothest ones I've seen from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they had some really good integration with the actual convention center. So there was a very good balance between the two of who does what and how.
Yeah.
So props to all of them.
It was probably helpful that they separated out where you got what badge.
Yeah.
So that you would have specific people whose job it was is to handle specific types of people. Where we had to go, because our exhibitor badges were picked up by the loading dock, but our panelist badge were picked up by the people with the panelist information. And the press badge people were picked up by some press-related person.
Well, I think we got the press and panelists all in the one same spot conveniently.
That was the 2 different tables, remember?
Yeah, they were close enough together.
They were next to each other, but it was a different table, so it was different people handling it.
Yeah, fair point. The only confusing thing for me was the loading and unloading of the inventory stuff because we had to use the loading bay and I didn't understand the instructions.
Mm.
But now that we understand how that goes, presuming they use the same setup next year, it should be even smoother.
I
Now we
kind
know how to find the loading dock.
Yeah.
I kind of hope they do, though, because that was a lot easier than lugging that stuff through out of the parking garage and through
Oh,
elevators and all that nonsense.
And Ed, you will be happy to hear that I found the stupid little stretchy strap for my dolly.
Yay! We have to have $2 next time.
So we can actually utilize it properly. Hooray!
Oh.
Yeah, for those who didn't see it, I had a dolly, but it had no little stretchy strap to hold things down. So it's not that useful, especially when you have plastic bins that like to slide around.
Mm. But in general, I think this year was a pretty good success for us.
It's more than we've ever done before, and I think we all pulled it off very nicely. And we all even got away from the booth for short periods of time so we could buy shiny baubles.
Yay, shiny bubbles.
Because what would a convention be without baubles?
Yes.
Not much of a very good convention.
As a convenient lead-in, what sort of shiny baubles did everyone get?
We'll be here all day if I do that.
Well, I only have a few things, so I can lead off.
I only got a couple things myself, but go ahead, boss man.
I got buttons from someone else. Although it only semi-counts as wandering away because the itty bitty sheep was right next door. So it wasn't much of a wandering, but I have a button for every primary sailor scout. Mercury. I can't see it from this angle.
Sailor Moon. Venus.
Venus.
Almost upside down. Mars. And my favorite, Jupiter.
I got
Almost
some of
off
those,
screen.
too. I couldn't resist.
Yeah, and these were very nicely done. So I could not
back
say.
of all of yours too.
Yes.
She's too cute.
And for like the half hour I ran away from the booth on Sunday so that I could also just buy stuff, I ended up with volume 1 of Monster, which I've heard nothing but good things about as a very good manga that's very dark and interesting, so I'm very excited to be able to read that. Because I can never find the individual volumes, because it's from a little while ago, so it's kind of tricky to track down. And then the biggest purchase was half of the entire complete series of Dominic Deegan Oracle for Hire. So this goes from the very first panel all the way to one of the very primary plot points between the two main characters. For those who have not read it, I will not spoil it, but it is definitely worth checking out. And he even signed it for me because he was right at the booth. And that's actually all I got at CTCon. I was too busy running around like a crazy person. More so than usual.
You did have a lot to do.
It was worth it, though.
What about your wallet?
You did get a wallet.
Oh, snap. I don't know where that is. I was using it today.
I feel they're making duct tape awesome.
Hold on. I'm going to highlight your screen so people can see it. Yes, duct tape wallets. Mine has the fairy tale logo, but I think it might be hiding somewhere downstairs at the moment. I actually used it today. I transferred a majority of my stuff into it.
Is yours sticky?
A little bit. I'm trying to wear off some of the stickiness.
Mine was really sticky.
It is duct tape. It should fade off with wear.
Yeah.
I only got a few things as well. I got a ring of power. It is an alignment ring, so we can always know our alignment. Ta-da!
Evil chaotic. Sounds about right.
It would randomly land on that for us, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I also got some literature, and I was very happy to find the next 3 volumes of Blood Blockade Battlefront by Yasuhiro Naitao, creator of Trigun.
Nice.
I found volume 1 and 2 over a year ago at my local bookstore. And then it seems they decided to stop stocking it. They've had volume 1, one volume of volume 1 in stock for pretty much the entire time since I bought volume 2, and they have not stocked any other copies of volume 1 or 2 or any more of it. So when I found volumes 2, 3, 4, and 5 at ConnectiCon, I had to buy them. This story has been nothing but fabulous so far.
Cool.
But it is from Nightowl, so...
How can you go wrong?
Exactly. His same crazy style of art. And crazy. Just like you saw in Dragon. Only instead of taking place in a weird desert asteroid somewhere in space, it takes place in monster and demon-filled New York City.
Fun.
Which has now been renamed New Jerusalem.
'Cause why not?
It is a gateway between the mortal world and a chaotic world of magic and darkness. So a lot of crazy, chaotic shit happens. I also got art.
Yay, art.
Can't see it.
But
What?
lots of reflective but.
Trying to get there.
There you go.
There we go. That is a picture of Tali Zora from Mass Effect by Julia Lichty, I think is how that would be pronounced. You can find her website at ghostfire.net. This artwork is amazingly awesome.
She had quite a bit of wonderful things up on her website.
She did. It was all fantastic. I was looking at her website. There was a one she had at the booth of Slenderman. I did not see it on the website, though, but it was a very impressive piece. All of her pieces were impressive. So I recommend all of you check out ghostfire.net to check out her wonderful artwork. And aside from like a box of Pocky and a bottle of Ramune, that's all I got.
And how about the Almighty Alchemist?
Sit down, this might take a while.
Oh, I'm
Or an
already
hour and
sitting.
a half, so.
Okay, well, I already showed off the wallet, and I got a set of the pins that CJ got here because Sailor Moon awesome is she. But my crowning love from the entire weekend, I bought Dojin, but it's all, I got Roy Ed, I've got Elric Cest and Havoc and Roy. I can't get into too much more because this is not the appropriate podcast for it.
This is not the
Yes, save it for
NSFWN.
So, did you just need to know that I have them?
And that an ID was required to purchase them.
The first time.
Well, yeah.
Once I went back, she didn't card me again.
She already knew.
She remembers me. That's the sad part. And I finished I got to finish 2 series. It's hard to come by. Veruca, Beyond the Stream of Time. It's, I would say, if anybody's ever read Fushigi Yugi, it's very similar. But this particular one is by, I cannot pronounce her name, Hako Mizuno. But like, this one is out of print, so I was actually really happy to find these. And I only paid for one of them.
Nice.
Because they were doing a buy one, get 3 free sale. A select ones.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
And then I got The End of Ataman
Ooh, nice.
by Aya Kano. I love her stuff. I have a couple of her others. This particular one, I love this one because the characters, it takes traditional gender roles and like completely turns it on their head. You can be manly and still like girly things. It's basically the whole thing. And I can't get too much into this one, but I bought Yaoi too. It's called Three Wolves Mountain, and by Farah Nano. It's one of those things you're flipping through the table and you're like, oh, that looks cute. And I have to buy Yaoi.
That's how I am with most of those series when I see them, because I don't know anything about any of those series off the top of my head, so I don't know which ones I'd be automatically interested in. It's mostly just, that sounds interesting, or ooh, shiny cover.
Yeah, that's usually what it is. It's like, ooh, I like this cover, let's read the back. And that's basically what I did with this one. Unfortunately, most of those, because they're shrink wrapped, you can't flip through to see the art.
Yeah.
So you only have the cover to go by.
If I had an infinite amount of time, I could probably bring it up on my phone and like at least see some of the artwork or look into it, but I don't want to do that for all of the series on one of those shelves because that would take all day.
Oh, yeah, no. Half of them you can't find.
That too. And seeing as, well, to be fair, every time I walked away from the table, stuff would sell. So maybe I should just wander conventions a little more often.
I don't know, I spent most of my weekend drawing. Which I'm not complaining because that's exactly what I was there for. When I wasn't like carnival parking our stuff.
Mm.
2 more things. Or 3 more things.
10 more
So
things.
technically 2 that I bought and 2 that I didn't. And I have to go back to they have this, there's a store in West Hartford, they had a booth. You can get discounted art supplies, like dirt cheap. I usually get these, or something similar to it, anywhere from $6 to $12. $3!
I completely forgot to go to that booth. Dang it.
I have the coupon and whatnot, I can give you the store name,
Okay.
so we can do that offline.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I can pump them. I think, I can grab the card. I will pump them because they are awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I meant to go to many places during ConnectiCon, but then I got distracted because I was press,
And these
so I
guys
was
have
at the
like dirt cheap
junkets.
Prismacolors,
And then I was doing
drawing
photo
pads,
shoots, so...
supplies, the whole 9 yards. But it's called Jerry's Art-A-Rama.
Oh,
Here in East Hartford.
I have one in Wilton.
Cool.
Yeah, I go there a lot.
Yeah, I guess the website is yourartsupplies.com. So yeah, it's a
Yeah,
West
I've
Hartford
rated
store
them a
that have the
couple
booth.
times. They're fantastic.
And I love the Canson stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sticks, and I love their
Hey,
prices.
it's a Calvin.
Ah!
Oh my. It's an auto-tuned Calvin.
You sound like crap, man.
Calvin coming live from space. You sound horrible. I presume it is an audio setup because you sounded fine earlier. Unless someone punched you in your throat or something. In which case, we need to punch them right back. You're cleaner, but you're still quiet.
I didn't hear him at all.
How about now?
There we go.
You're clean, just medium volume compared to us.
How about now?
There you go.
Ooh,
Oh, you're using the
sultry.
pretty mic.
Yep, I got the pretty mic going here.
Nice.
Smooth jazz all night.
Gotta have something special for episode 50. We're still going through convention shiny baubles at the moment.
Ah, cool.
I have a
All
couple
right.
more.
Have we gone into talking about like memorable moments or anything like that, or just baubles for right now?
We did convention highlights and stuff we need to do better at for next time round. First thing off, you can do that after Ed does shiny baubles.
Okay,
And you can get your own shiny baubles in the meantime.
cool, no problem. Let me just
Until
make this.
then, back to Ed.
Back to you.
So there was another one. She had throw blankets that were like beacons across the entire dinner hall, and I could run in because I can't say no to the State Alchemist symbol and the Don't Forget engraving. Hello, no. So I got a big throw blanket. That was it for the stuff that I bought. Now, my friend John is awesome. Bought me a pretty little necklace. Got the flamel on it.
That is really nice.
And I'm going to gush about Sheep again, as if I haven't done this enough. But she is amazing. Awesome, you have no idea.
Mm.
This big thing, this whole big container, is full of Copic markers. courtesy of the lovely, wonderful, oh my god, sheep. So that I can practice and draw with them because she gave them to me. I'm still gonna cry, sheep. I love you. I think that's the last of my stuff. Yes.
That is a lot of shiny baubles. Then again, we had a lot of fun this weekend, so it's to be expected.
The highlight was definitely playing with the Cintiq.
I heard about that.
Calvin got to see me have a joygasm.
Yep. Like you really look like you were in your element when you use an Cintiq. It's like watching magic happen. Like seriously, I'm dead serious about it. Like
It's like watching you with the cameras.
Ah. I feel like I look unwieldy with all the camera equipment and everything.
I don't know, I think you handled it pretty well this weekend, considering all the quick setup and breakdown stuff I demanded of you.
I did the best I could, and I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out. Though I have to tell you guys about a partial panic oh shit moment that I had earlier. When I was going through my data inventory, I looked through all my files. I was going through the SD card that I used for audio, and I realized that I couldn't find the audio for CJ's writing group panel.
To be fair, it would not have been a horrible loss.
But thankfully, I came to realize that I'd imported it during the weekend, so it was already on my computer.
Ah, there you go.
Yay.
Lost forever. Hey,
Yay,
I wanted to
dot,
see
dot.
it because somebody had to man the booth while you were doing it, so.
Yeah, we had people everywhere this weekend, so it was nuts.
Did not get to see it, so.
Like, this was like the first true all hands on deck convention we had.
What weren't we doing?
I'll think about it and plan it for next year.
Alright, since everybody has gone through their shiny baubles, I guess I shall go through mine. I did not buy a whole lot this year. Like I bought, let's see. I have the shot glass I bought from the account named Slick Brass's booth. This thing here is like at least a double shot.
Nice.
That thing was huge.
This is my kind of shot glass. I shall cherish it for years to come. And I'm not sure if you were able to see what it said, but it says from Rohan and the Dogs of War. And their catchphrase, get swarthy. I got that. I bought an album from Overclock Remix.
Nice. They're fantastic people.
Yes, they are. It's titled For Everlasting Peace, 25 Years of Mega Man.
Nice.
So it's two CDs. It's got three remixes. It's got remixes from the first three songs from Mega Man, Mega Man X, Mega Man Zero, Mega Man ZX, Mega Man Legends, Mega Man Battle Network, Mega Man Star, and Mega Man Star Force.
Goodness. Is there a Mega Man not covered?
Quite a few, but I think this kind of covers all the major bases. And let's see, I got a couple of stickers from a couple of OC Remix stickers.
Upside down.
That's upside down. There we go.
Nice.
So that was from the OC Remix booth. From this is my grab from Chris Hazelton's booth. Now, Chris Hazelton is the webcomic artist from the webcomic Misfile. Excuse me. Got something in my throat.
No one is allowed to lose their voice. It's against the rules. Even though I was losing mine earlier today.
All right, so I bought 3 books of his. I've got Volume 1 of his Building 12 series.
Cool.
Volume 1 of Gun Mage.
Nice.
And Volume 1 of A Steel Wing Shattered. This one I've been wanting to read for a while, so I'm looking forward to it.
Pretty.
In an average town, a 300-year unseen war is about to come to a head. Leona, a girl with no past, must uncover the key to a place no living being has ever been, and secure humanity's place in the struggle to unlock the secrets of the universe itself. Her only clue is the mysterious woman known as Alsacia.
I think next year we need a panel of just Calvin in that voice.
If you need me as an announcer, just let me know. Let's see. Those were his books, and I got one of his last Rumseel plushies that he has in stock. And he signed the tag for me, which is really cool.
Nice.
I was hoping I could get him to contribute to the con story again this year, but he was the only person manning his booth, so
Oh no.
I can understand. It's all good.
Well then, kudos to him for being able to man a booth 3 days straight.
Mm.
I'm starting to believe that man is superhuman.
Huh.
All right, so that was from Chris Hazelton's booth, and now my grabs from Aaron Wood's booth. Oh, Aaron Wood is an illustrator who kind of got famous through Google Plus of all places. Let me move the mic out the way. I make it a point to buy posters from him every year because his posters are fantastic. He does he does his style is very vintage war propaganda style. So with that said, we've got his Minecraft poster.
Nice.
And I've got... Shut up. I've got... Adventure Time!
Very nice.
Cool.
Big shout out to Aaron Wood. He's an awesome human being, and he contributes to our con story every year.
I'm still transcribing those, by the way. It's an adventure. Okay, last year we had about 2 pages a day. The first day we had 2 typewriters going, so overall we had 8 pages or so across the entire weekend. We have 4 pages a day from the one typewriter every single day.
Holy crap, really?
Yeah.
People would run that thing.
So I'm glad that we entertain so many people, and they are. Let's go with they're entertaining me as I type them up. That's probably the safest word I can use right now.
I cannot wait to see those. I love my contribution to the con story. I think I contributed Saturday. I wrote something along the lines of something talking about waking up in a porta potty after a long night of drinking.
Oh my.
That sounds familiar. I think the only thing I contributed was, and then, ...
I started it. That was about it. That was Thursday night.
I think my main addition was, so what are we going to do tomorrow night? Mainly after seeing the press junket with Pinky and the Brain.
I'm very sorry we weren't able to get an interview with those two.
They were right behind us when we were doing the interview that we scheduled for.
Yeah, that made it even worse. It was like,
So close.
can we get 2 minutes of your time? Just 2 minutes. 30 seconds? Maurice, just give me Orson Welles.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm noticing more and more, just randomly remembering it. All of the voice actors that we saw at the press junket, when they do their voices compared to their normal voices, it's really not that far of a departure from what I've seen. I always expected it to be a little more jarring when you hear just their normal voice. It's really not. It's just a slight variation, which was very fascinating.
I mean, the really crazy ones are when their character's voice is their voice. Like
Seth MacFarlane.
I was gonna say, yeah, him too, but Vic Mignogna. His voice, he doesn't change his voice for Edward Elric, really.
He's in his early 50s and he sounds like a prepubescent teenager.
Yeah, that is his normal voice. There are a lot of them that just use their voice.
Hmm.
Tatum is a lot like that too.
I think Richie mentioned something about that when he was talking about voice actors one time we had him on.
Yeah.
I had one other thing that I bought. I'm trying to figure out where I put it.
Somewhere in one of the various bags.
Yeah, I had 4 bags of holding this weekend.
Oops. And next time I see you, you're gonna get another one.
That's right. Oh yeah, I got this little bracelet from the guy that was giving out free hugs.
Oh yeah, I got one of those too. I ended up with a little peace sign too from them because I saw him on Sunday. She gave me another
Nice.
one.
Awesome.
She insisted every time you hugged them, they were insisting you get something.
Mine said, "Teach love, for that is what you are." I like that. Ah, man, I don't know where my final grab was. It's probably in the giant bag of holding.
So many shiny baubles.
Yes. I actually showed a surprising amount of restraint this weekend.
Glad one of us did.
Oh yeah, there's also the giant bag of candy, various gummies, mochi, and the green tea Kit Kats.
Those were good.
They were very good.
Yeah, that was a nice surprise.
I think it's kind of a rule that you have to get Pocky or Ramune or some such thing when you're at a convention like that.
Oh yeah, Pocky. I got 2 things of Pocky. Because Pocky. Man, where did I put them?
While Calvin keeps searching, I will buy him some time because I forgot one little thing. Many of us actually got this, but a bookmark for the webcomic Namesake,
Oh,
which
yes.
sounded
Yes.
fascinating, and I really want to check out when I have a moment.
Indeed.
And the only other shiny bauble I have is for Calvin, but he's distracted.
Dang. I gotta look for the other one.
Next time.
Okay.
But yeah, after this weekend, it kind of became clear that for all the press things and running around that we need to do, we need a better tripod and a better mount. Because for those who are familiar with doing video work or camera work, a ball mount does not work when you need to shift your position at all. Not to mention that the bag we had is about one size too small for the tripod that we had. And when you're in a time crunch, that is not allowable.
Mm.
So, Calvin has a new shiny bauble in this.
Ooh, holy crap, that is. Oh, it's a Manfrotto too. Oh,
Yes, it is. There's the
nice.
logo. There's the logo. It's a Manfrotto.
Dude, thank you.
You have the nice standard or the nice camera or recording mount, so you can position it however you want.
Oh, that's perfect. Oh
And
my
the
goodness.
quick release for the legs, so you don't have to keep twisting them back and forth. Because even that drives me nuts. So.
Oh, I appreciate that. Seriously.
So
That is
I'm
going
sure that will come in handy.
You look like you're about to cry.
like that's just a gigantic sigh of relief for me. You don't understand. No, you and Ed did not see me.
No.
You and Ed did not see me like frantically trying to get that other stupid tripod together as CJ and I were running to the Chris Kaysen interview.
As we were setting it up on the 2 escalators on the way up.
Yes.
Because that's safe.
Mhm.
Yeah, sadly, we were not allowed to go to those fancy press things.
Yeah, I could only swing so many press badges.
That's alright. Someone needs to get the booth ready.
Yeah.
Well,
Someone
you
needs to
guys,
sell all of our shiny bubbles.
you guys will be able to see all of the press junkets in 24 hours max.
Yeah, I know all of Fridays are already up and in a separate playlist for anyone interested. Just check out our channel.
Yep, those are up and ready for viewing.
And the only standalone interview we got, which was done on the fly, we had like 1 minute warning, was with Chris Kaysen, who was fantastic.
I unfortunately could not hear anything from the interview because 1, background noise, and 2, I was so far away.
Thankfully, the mic setup you had worked perfectly.
Yes. I regaled CJ with a fun story about that. As I was setting up the field recorder for the audio, I was trying to mess around with the recorder's multi-track record function, and see, I didn't explain this to CJ before, but I had only tested out the multi-track recording function twice before that weekend, and so Like he might have noticed me like frantically pressing buttons as we were preparing for that interview. That's because I wasn't 100% sure that the two mics were registering properly. Oh yeah, it also like part of that was because there was so much background noise so that both mics were picking up like basically picking up like that floor like that
Hmm.
bottom floor of noise. So it was hard for me to tell if the mics were registering. You know the tapping that I do on both mics to make sure
Hmm.
that they were hot.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't like I was having a very hard time telling if they were picking up. Thankfully I managed to like see just enough of a difference in levels to know that they were both live and properly working. So the second I realized that, I just hit record and hoped for the best.
Well, thankfully it worked perfectly.
Yes.
And I really wish that we had that set up from the start, including last year,
Yeah.
because we only had one interview from last year, and my voice is perfectly pitched to background noise,
Yeah, it is.
which is which explains a lot of why no one ever pays attention to me or does what I tell them to. So, but it also makes fun for trying to clean up editing or audio editing.
Yeah, that made life very interesting. But we made do.
Hmm. Actually, the two interviews we had this weekend were probably my highlights. One being able to interview Chris Kaysen. For
Right.
those who can't place the name, he did Wally and Hot Eye in Fairy Tale, Greed in both Full Metal Alchemists. He's in every freaking Dragon Ball series there is, including the movies, and all sorts of other stuff over at Funimation. And for whatever reason, we were deemed appropriate for an interview ourselves.
Yeah, that was a very nice surprise. I'm not
That
gonna lie.
was awesome, but a little surreal.
Yeah.
Yes, I still need to check out their site. I haven't had a chance yet today. I've been running around like a crazy person again. But I need to check out subculture.com because they were very nice people. Add that to the top of my to-do list.
All right, I need to talk about my highlights of the weekend. I'm pretty sure you guys already know what I'm gonna say my highlight was, but I'm gonna go through all the other ones first. Just having that press badge and being able to go to all the press junkets, that was a lot of fun and something I definitely don't mind doing again in the future. So the press junkets, being able to watch Maurice LaMarche and Rob Paulson do this bug out for those 15 minutes, and also Ricky Simons and Richard Horvitz from Invader Zim. Those guys were hilarious. I can't wait to post that junket because of the song they played at the end.
It's interesting how a lot of these voice actors, like the primary voice they're known for, it's kind of like their normal personality. It really fits them.
Like it really bugged me out the fact that Richard Horvitz's normal speaking voice is basically the same as how he voiced Daggett from the Angry Beavers.
Yeah.
That was surreal. Another fun highlight was being able to chat with Deidre Bader, the current voice of Batman. He was really cool, and he really liked my steampunk outfit, so that made me feel good. Also got a picture with him, so I gotta upload that sometime soon.
So people can be jealous all over again.
And now, number one highlight for this weekend.
Had nothing to do with guests whatsoever.
Meeting Walter Jones, the original Black Power Ranger.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was amazingly awesome.
Jesus.
Mhm.
Mm.
Oh, that was a surreal moment. Like I ran after the press junket, I ran outside to see if I could get a picture with him, and he was more than happy to do it. I really appreciated that. I didn't really get a chance to speak with him after the press junket, but I got a chance to chat with him on the convention floor Sunday. Me and Ed got to chat with him.
Yeah.
Ed will attest to how much fun that was.
Oh yeah, he's just a very bright, like energetically bright kind of guy. He was really cool.
And the highlight of chatting and joking with, got to really just chat and joke with him. But the most fun was our impromptu singing of the Space Cases theme.
Yes!
Oh, snap. That's awesome.
You should have handed me your camera. I would have recorded it.
Like that was just way too on the fly to like think about recording that. That was just, I don't know how like how much more spur of the moment you can get than that.
Now people are going to be jealous
I think
all over
that for
again.
most of it, like kind of slack-jawed. Like I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah, so that was a real blast meeting him and just seeing just how much of a genuinely nice guy, energetic, full of life he is. It was wonderful. And his advice he gave me and Ed about how he's been staying so young all these years because he looks like he's in his early 30s, even though he's 43.
It's 43?
He's
Yeah.
43.
The hell?
He looks like he did when he was filming Power Rangers.
So that's definitely a moment I will hold dear for years to come. So I'm very thankful for that. That was exciting. So those are my major moments, and like I said, being able to go to press, oh, and playing director during the panels. Oh, that was fun too.
Yeah, I needed that. Freaking mics.
Like I said, but I was just happy to be the unnamed peanut gallery.
Did you guys talk about the panels at all?
Not in detail. But yeah, we had 2 panels at ConnectiCon. I ran one on writing communities, which I realize is worth doing, and I'm glad I was able to do it. But I see a lot of things that I need to clean up and add. There was one guest who was fantastic with one of the questions, like, "Hey, what about this type of group that wasn't mentioned at all?" Like, oh yeah, I'm like part of 5 online writing groups. Why was this not part of my talk? Crap. So, next time round, there will be 5 types of writing groups, not 4. But yeah, it was good.
You handled that question very well, I have to say.
I've gotten a lot better at reacting on the fly rather than just, oh crap. I didn't have time for that. So. Conversely, there's Will's panel.
My panel. on Literotica, the 6 do's and 9 don'ts of erotic romantic writing
Of adults.
of adults, for adults, by adults,
We're not
18 plus
adults.
only.
We certainly don't act like it.
We're adults chronologically speaking.
Legally.
Yeah, legally. We're over the
We
18
get the
year
wristbands.
We were age verified with our wristbands.
Yes.
I took mine off earlier.
I was going to say.
Sorry.
The wristbands literally said old enough.
Yep.
Age verified, old enough.
I like to go by the old saying. Growing old is a given. Growing up is optional.
Definitely.
Found it.
Nice.
Hold on. Oh, there we go. Ah,
Age verified. Old enough. But those panels were very entertaining, especially the Literotica panel.
hmm.
Like how, Will, how did it look when you saw me and Ed in the back just like doubled over dying laughing? When you talked about the oh, what was it? The adult toys.
Oh, when Bad Dragon came
When
up.
Bad Dragon came up,
I automatically knew what you were thinking, or I guessed what you were thinking.
my favorite part is I mentioned that website and half the audience started cracking up, not just you guys. And I'm like, oh, most of you know what that is. All right, cool. I can mention it and we can discuss it.
And yeah, no, that is not going on the company wish list. Just no, not allowed. I'm vetoing that.
But you gave me a $500 budget. That's good for at least 5 toys.
You have to justify that budget.
Research material.
Yeah, writing research for my novel.
No, panel research. Gotta make it company related.
It could be good for panel research. How are we supposed to write anthropomorphic sex scenes if we don't know what it feels like?
We did talk about doing your research.
I haven't had nearly enough caffeine to come up with a witty response for that.
I'm so sorry I didn't get a screenshot of CJ's face when trying to come up with something to respond, come up with a way to respond to that.
Chances are it's on the live stream, so you can go back and screen capture it.
Like that was about as good as Sheep's face when she realized that Will did not have Instagram.
I thought she was going to reach across the table and kill me right then and there. I'm serious. Her face made me want to open up my phone and sign up for Instagram right at that spot. I was like, oh my god, I'm sorry. I'll sign up for Instagram right now. Please don't be angry with me.
Do not anger the sheep.
Oh, do not enter the sheep.
You know what? Just for reference, I have to bring up that post.
Do it! Do it!
While Calvin does that, the 2 panels we had went really well, I think, and for those watching or interested, at Inconceivable, we're doing 3 panels.
Mm.
We are doing the Literotica one. We're doing one on warping time to be creative and courting your muse for idea creation. That's all in one panel, those 2. And then the third one is plot pacing. So kind of figuring out how quick or slow and detailed scenes should be in your novel. I'm hoping to have more than just me as a talking head on that one, because it would be nice to get different perspectives on that one.
I might be able
Thankfully,
to.
we have a whole month.
Might be able to join with that one. That's one thing I always focus on in writing is the plot pacing.
Oh, wait.
There
On
it
the
is.
screen.
So done with your shit sheep.
The conversation was basically, William, what's your Instagram? I don't have an Instagram. That face.
See, I avoided that face because I told her I had it and got rid of it. So she wasn't as mad at me.
I think she was confused at me because I have it, I just don't use it. I don't take photos on my phone ever.
Well, now that you have a better phone, you should take more pictures.
Well, it's not a matter of the quality phone I have, it's more a matter of remembering, oh, hey, the camera on here is actually pretty decent nowadays. I could actually take a photo of this.
That's the problem I have. I never remember that my phone can take photos.
Like,
And some of the photos I've taken recently is mostly just of like my happy plushie doing stupid things and then putting it on Snapchat for the Fairy Tale podcast.
Kind of like what I was doing with my head. Doing things.
Although I can't do that for a little while because Happy got maimed. So now he is unhappy.
He is
Until he
in
has
my
surgery.
hands, don't worry.
He is at the Happy Hospital.
And the Wandering Ed is taking care of him at the moment. They're
That's not encouraging.
Get locked together in the suitcase.
Oh my. Oh dear.
And my swimsuit Happy is currently guarding what's left of my convention inventory and company stuff downstairs. Because, yeah, we're actually, well, I am being forced to delegate. It's not like I actually delegated responsibilities. People are taking responsibilities away from me.
Not sorry.
Not sorry.
Not sorry.
I'm not sorry either.
I told you that yesterday, not sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, at future conventions and just online as well, I don't have to do everything because I'm no longer allowed to do everything. Now other people get to play.
I will be taking the books and the pamphlets from you too.
Okay.
Bookmarks too.
Bookmarks. Everything we sell, I'm taking from you.
Oh,
Because it's all going to be in one place.
fair point.
It's simpler.
Yeah, next time around I'll bring the rest of the inventory up.
Okay.
Oh, I found my other shiny bubbles.
Yay,
Hooray!
shiny bubbles. What sort of bubbly shininess do you have?
These shiny bubbles are care of Reina Sassano of Purple Lantern Studios.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, what'd you get?
Rain, you guys don't know who Reina is. Reina was our neighbor to the right.
Yes.
Or at least half of our neighbors to the right.
Wait. Sheep was on one side, Reina and David were on the other side.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, big shout out to Reina. She was she's actually a friend of mine from Hartford.
And her boyfriend or her hubby, her significant other, makes amazing cookies.
Yes.
Boyfriend, I think it was.
Shout out to her boyfriend and his amazing cookies. I am going to have to figure out a way to throw money at him so I can get more of those gingers in cookies. Because freaking A.
Oh yeah, those are amazing.
Mm.
I want the chocolate ones.
Maybe you can trade a pecan pie for them. Although you do kind of have a commission list for pecan pies at the moment.
Yeah, that is true. I might be able to bring some with me to Inconceivable. Maybe we can have victory pecan pie on completion of that weekend, or at the very least, victory of surviving Saturday night.
Yeah.
I am all for this.
That and more meat.
Oh yeah, more mead. Though I'm not sure how I'm going to fare all of Saturday, especially seeing as how I'm going to have to leave my house like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to be able to get up to Northampton for 10.
Yeah, you have a bit of a trip ahead of you for that one.
Yeah, I'm the furthest away from Northampton. The ride out of Port Authority in Manhattan is 4 hours and 35 minutes,
Oof.
Yeesh.
and the train ride from my house to Port Authority is an hour.
I'm kind of afraid to ask, but what's the trip going to be for Rhode Island Comic Con?
God damn it, I haven't even thought about that.
If worst comes to worst, we can probably grab you.
Yeah, if you need to, you can come out this far like the night before and sleep here.
Or here, if we can coordinate accordingly.
I'll
We're
we'll
theoretically the closest. Actually, we are the closest ones to Providence. So.
Mm.
Hmm. Thankfully, we have until November to figure out logistics for that one.
Mm.
let's see, how far away is that?
And seeing as someone else is in control of all of the inventory ever, I can focus on everything else. So we can actually properly balance all of the stuff that needs to be done in a timely manner. Yay, I don't have to have 21-hour days before a convention. Maybe. Probably not.
And this is why you wonder why I told you I'm taking this stuff. You need to sleep more.
You mean I can't just photosynthesize energy from the sun?
No.
No.
But I wanna.
Too
You need
bad.
to do plant parts for that first. Don't
Meh.
look at my alchemy because I don't do it. That's all. Go. That comes under the taboo of human transportation, and I'm not doing it.
Now, seeing as we've kind of covered
Merciful Jesus.
how far.
It's about an hour more, another hour past Northampton. So it's 5 hours and 35 minutes.
It's a decent stretch of time.
Hmm.
So yeah, we're gonna have to coordinate between all of us for that one.
Yeah.
We're about an hour out of Providence. That's about it. No worse north.
Okay.
Okay.
Speaking of other conventions, since we've kind of wrapped up ConnectiCon, what are people looking forward to for the other two conventions we're booked for this year?
I have no idea what to expect. So
Yeah, same here. We've never been to these conventions, so
Is there anything you would like to have happen or do?
If
Uh-huh.
we get the chance, and for Rhode Island Comic Con, I don't think we're gonna have press or anything. But if we do, if anybody gets it with Vic, I'm going. I will fight you for it. That's the only thing I care about that entire weekend. I'll sit at the booth for the rest of it. Don't care.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind meeting the doctor. So, yeah, Rhode Island Comic Con's gonna be nuts because the guest list is ridiculous.
And I was talking to a few people that have gone before, and they say it's unremarkably cool. They have a lot of fun, so.
So many people.
I don't even honestly know what to expect for either of these conventions, and I don't remember the full guest list, so I'd have to look again for both of them.
Yeah, I need the information for Inconceivable.
Now I can send all that stuff to you guys offline.
Yes. What's going on? Yeah.
Indeed.
How to get there.
Well, first you leave the house, and then you drive on some roads.
But which ones do I need to drive on? That's the problem.
The roads that go forwards.
They all go forward. They all go backward. Depends on the side you're on.
I know we have to go north. Connecticut is west. Inconceivable is north. Rhode Island Comic Con is east. Now, if only we had one to the south.
I'm sure we can figure that out.
Quick, New York Comic Con, ho!
Yeah, if you're paying for it. Those booth prices are nuts.
It's been suggested to me that we do like CTCon and stuff.
Where's that?
That's the one. It's like in is it New Jersey or it may have been in Maryland. I'm not sure.
I know there's a small one on Long Island every year.
Yeah, there's a surprising amount of conventions up in the New England-ish area.
There was another little one, like it was in Massachusetts. I forget who was telling me about it.
I know for next year I'm trying to figure out logistics for going to Colossal Con, but I don't know how that's going to work out. Because that's in Ohio.
Oof.
Oh.
That's drive.
Still closer than Atlanta. By several
True.
hours.
Not gonna argue with that one.
But yeah, that's going to be interesting. Thankfully, that's next year.
Yeah.
A friend, Al, is watching and just recommended we go down to Acon or Delta H. He's in Texas.
Al! We've been through this!
If he pays for travel and hotel, maybe. Travel, hotel, and badges. Let's say that.
We've also been suggested to go to ASEN too.
Well, if we really want to go out, let's just go to San Diego Comic Con.
Fuck yeah!
I'm not sure if I'm ready for that.
That's right, either.
I don't know. Think of the press opportunities at that one.
Yeah. Yep.
That would be a very good opportunity. That'd be fantastic.
Rhode Island Comic Con can be a warm-up to that.
Indeed. We'll work our way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was only our second convention as vendors, and our first as press or panelists, so.
Indeed. This is also the first year we're going to be going to more than one convention as vendors.
That's
or
right.
panelists or press.
Yeah.
Yeah, all things considered, I think we're doing okay.
Yeah. Makes Terror 2015 a little more feasible. Still terrifying, but feasible.
A little less terrifying.
Hmm.
Yeah, ever quicker realizations that hey, we can actually do this.
Yep. And it is worth doing.
Very worth doing.
Oh, yes.
Like,
Yes, indeed.
especially getting to like meet voice actors and actors and people that made your childhood fantastic. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I got to chat with Rob Paulson really quickly after his press junket.
You bastard.
Just very quickly, I just told him between him, Maurice LaMarche, and Charlie Adler, like those guys made my childhood fantastic, and my sincere thanks. So that was exciting too. Should have got a picture with him, but I was so excited to meet him.
All I know is if we ever go to a convention and Steve Blum is there, I know who I have to meet.
You're not the only one.
Oh, yes.
I would not mind that one myself.
We might have to roll some dice for the press badges on that one. None of Will's dice, though. Those dice don't like me. I want a fair chance.
I brought all of my dice this weekend, and we never even had to use them.
Yeah, that was a little disappointing, but considering all that we did, it was understandable.
There was no time to play D&D or anything like that.
And we were also down one of the main characters, unfortunately. Because yeah, if you're watching this, you've probably noticed by now, after an hour and 20 minutes of us talking, we're missing Justin, who was unfortunately unable to join us at ConnectiCon because work happens. Work and life. Which was unfortunate, but we're hoping to get him to some of the other conventions. Hopefully our schedules can align.
Yeah.
To be fair, he was already like quadruple booked for the weekend. So that's why he couldn't even make it until Saturday, theoretically.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Part of me feels kind of bad that last week's episode and this week's episode has no real talkie points on the art of writing. We have no writing prompts or anything, but convention. Convention happens.
Here's a writing prompt for you. Your characters are going to a convention.
Time to flail wildly.
Time to run away. I don't know. If Slash and Burn showed up at a convention, it would be time to worry. Because they shoot first and just don't ask questions. Period.
Oh. This is not convention related. Well, it actually kind of is. But you guys want to see a new shiny bauble?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I know what it is.
CJ knows what I'm talking about.
I got a very excited phone call today about it.
Excited and nervous too. Okay, here's a hint.
Oh, this.
Oh,
yes.
shiny bauble, yes.
Someone was complaining.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness.
You got a box.
It's a fancy box. A fancy, expensive box. Good God. I am so very thankful that my credit checked out. Or else I wouldn't have been able to get this. Thank you, Sally Mae, for not completely screwing over my credit score.
And considering one of the main complaints I heard over this weekend was, why isn't this rendering done yet? Theoretically, this will help with that complaint.
Two machines that'll be able to do it.
Let's see what we got here. We got this is the 15-inch MacBook Pro with Retina display, 2.3 gigahertz quad-core Intel Core i7 processor,
Ooh.
16 gigs of 1600 megahertz DDR3 RAM.
Ooh.
Oh, DDR3 low voltage RAM at that.
Ooh.
Nice.
So it's super good on battery life. 512 gigabytes of flash storage.
Ooh, very nice.
Like I said, Retina display, 15.4 inch diagonal, LED backlit, blah blah. Intel Iris Pro graphics. And on top of that, it also comes with an NVIDIA GeForce GT 750M graphics card.
Nice.
With 2 gigabytes of GDDR5 RAM.
Damn. You went all out.
Yes, I did. Like I'm not playing. I'm not messing around on this one.
Although, to be fair, as the tech guy, you do need the proper tech.
Mm,
Yes, very yes.
you will need the best tech. There it is. Sorry, while you were explaining, there was a bright flash of light, and just now the thunder rumbled by.
Ah,
Mm.
I guess the storm I had earlier is just making it up your way.
Indeed. Calvin, with that kind of graphics board, you could probably get the GeForce experience.
Mm. You might be right. Cool. I haven't even opened this yet. I haven't had the chance to.
Hmm.
I bought this on a
Wait. Time for an unboxing video.
Do it.
All right. Okay, I'm just gonna move the mic off to the side.
Yep. I mean, considering we've already had a convention review, all of our shiny bauble hauls, why not an unboxing while we're at it?
Hey, I'm all for it. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
And I'm just going to leave it on your screen.
okay. Oh. 15-inch MacBook Pro. Okay. How am I gonna open this damn box? Come on. You know what? Just brute force it. Or use my tie pin. There we go. Unplasticking.
Someone's background fan just kicked in. And now it's gone.
Okay. Okay, let's see if I can bring my webcam down. Let's see. Oh wait, that's as low as it goes. Oh, wait.
We can see pretty much the whole box.
I just don't want this to fall down. Okay, that's how I'm gonna do it. Ah, come on. Play nice. No, you won't.
I guess I shouldn't have kept all of the duct tape.
Alright, let me turn off my lower third. There we go. Come on, camera. You know what?
Obviously, you just have
I'm
to
just
hold
gonna...
it in one hand while you unbox with the other hand.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Suspense is killing me. There we go.
Surprise, there's a PC in there.
If there were a PC in here, the guy that sold me this would have to die, which would be a shame because he gave me the student discount when I bought it.
Oh, nice.
Okay, unfortunately, I'm not going to be. This is a two-hand job.
Oh my.
Hmm. You know what? Screw it. Okay,
You can take it out of the box and then just lift it up.
yeah, that's. There we go. Ooh. A nice weight to it.
Shiny.
Apple symbol. See, we got a computer. It's super thin too. It's ridiculous. This is thinner
Impressive.
than. This is actually thinner than Old Faithful. Old Faithful is what I call my 13-inch MacBook.
And your webcam slipped down.
Bollocks. Yeah. Yeah. Ah. Okay. Hey. Power cable.
Always useful.
MagSafe adapter.
And presumably yours is an official Mac adapt or power strip, unlike the one that I got for mine. That was a third-party one that almost overheated and did bad things.
Yeah. Anybody who owns a MacBook Pro, or any Apple product, do yourself a favor and do not purchase. Like, if you can help it, do not purchase any third-party power cords and power adapters, because those are dangerous and they make
Mine was very convincing. It just did not have the Apple logo on it. And then it was hot enough that it almost felt like it would burn my hand. And then it started making clicking noises like a bomb. That's not a good thing.
no. When I first got Old
Thankfully,
Faithful,
TechServe swapped it out.
good. When I got Old Faithful, it didn't come with the power. It didn't come with the adapters, so I went online and bought a cheapy third-party adapter. I mean, it did the trick, but one, it was like it was hot enough to like make an omelet, and two, it would make this like, I don't know how it managed to do it, but it would make this weird TV static sound whenever you plugged it in.
Yeah, that's usually a bad thing.
Yeah.
Though it sounds like a prank one of us would try and pull on you if we knew how to do it.
New computer smell. All right. Let's fire this bad boy up. Okay, is there anything else in this box? It just had a bunch of instructions and this fancy envelope that. Oh yeah, this is just the
Screen cleaner.
Yep,
Those are useful.
those are quite useful. Let's see, anything under here? Nope. Put the box back down. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. The power button there's no unlike the '09 MacBook Pros, the power button is in with the keyboard.
Oh, funky.
Here goes. I wish I could change that sound. If I had my way, every time my Mac would turn on, it would play the Law and Order sound.
I would think there's a way.
To use English for main language, press the return key.
God, what
Use Esperanto instead.
And this screen is incredible. I live in the United States.
While Calvin plays around with his new shiny toy, since we've actually hit episode 50 of Word Ninjas Live, not to mention our 1-year anniversary a couple episodes ago, now is a good chance of asking, like, what do we want to do in the next 50 episodes? Because, yes, more interviews. I need to touch base with all of the previous people we are working on scheduling and get more.
Yes, because they are awesome.
Yeah, one of the people who stop by our booth regularly gave me a lot of ideas of who I. They've been on my wish list of, yeah, I really would love to have them on my show, reminding me, like, I should just email them and say, like, this is what we do. This is what we would like to have you on for. Can we do something? Because a lot of these are authors, but also podcasters as well. So chances are they would at least be willing to talk to me. And I mean, worst case scenario, hey, they say no, or they don't have time for it.
And the cross promotion opportunities are like absolute gold.
Yeah. And kind of as a teaser, I would love to get other podcasters who are authors on here, or just talk like other writing podcasters on here, like Mur Lafferty, because she is fantastic, and the people who run the Sword and Laser podcast on the Frog Pants Network, because their podcast is fantastic, and they sound like very fun people who are kind of weird. And we like to have people on here that are kind of weird. Those make for very entertaining episodes. Kind of like Wayward Raven Studios.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to mention them. Like, I'm still very convinced that Alex is my kindred spirit. You know what? I'm going to skip that. Bloody hell with my Apple ID.
So beyond more interviews, are there any other things that we'd like to see happen in the next year or the next 50 episodes?
Just on the Word Ninja Live or in general?
Either or.
I do want to figure out game recording.
We can do it individually.
Yeah.
We're still working on the whole group thing.
The real trick is getting our video to one individual to edit it. Because transferring my recordings to Calvin over external hard drive when we happen to meet at conventions is not very convenient.
No.
No, not at all.
No.
Not to mention, a lot of these pre-exported video files are dozens of gigabytes large. So
we definitely need to find that one bit of recording software that really works for us, instead of, excuse me, all of us using something different.
Yeah, different versions of the same program and then different versions of other programs, and trying to mesh it all together.
Bloody hell, what's my password?
123.
Tried that, that's not it.
So yeah, it would be fun to get some Let's Plays or Let's Builds or other stuff put together.
Well, I've given Calvin some video, so maybe we can have some at some point.
Yeah. I really, like, at the very least, I wanna put that intro I put together to good use.
Oh yeah.
Because that was a sweet intro.
And I still want to do the story Bible breakdown concept at some point.
Yes, I do love the concept, but it definitely need to figure out how to do it.
I think that's going to be a little easier in some ways, because that's primarily audio.
Yeah.
And that we figured out. It's just coordinating time and what we want to cover and how we're going to cover it. But yeah, being able to take a series and like break it down from like, here is the universe this story has, and talk about what works and what doesn't, or what's different, and then the story or the characters and the locations in that world, and then like how does it all fit together? What's the story arc or the character progressions? That would be a lot of fun.
I think we should. I know one of our first ones we were talking about was Diablo, but I think we should start with something simpler than Diablo to get some trial runs done.
Pong.
Pong could work.
For all I know, I have Pong now.
Mm.
I have an Atari, I have an Intellivision, I have a dozen games or so who knows what I have. We just need an adapter so we can actually plug it into a TV.
Mm. Something that old, you probably need an RF modulator.
Maybe. I need to look into that at some point.
Mm.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard to find. I think, yeah, like RF to HDMI cables actually do exist.
Yeah, I know the adapters exist. It's just actually finding the right one we need and getting it all plugged in properly.
Hmm.
Because it would also be nice to have some sort of capture card for it all, so we can actually show the video along with whatever audio commentary or whatever we do with it.
Excuse me. Hmm.
Let's see.
I don't know what else at the moment. I should do book reviews like you do.
Yeah, I need to catch up on that. Last week kind of threw me for a loop with all of the con prep stuff. I'm hopefully going to be able to squeeze that in tomorrow night so I can start that rolling again.
Mm.
'Cause I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half books that I've read that need to be reviewed and posted. And now I have 2 whole volumes from ConnectiCon to add to my pile. Yay.
I have to read that smutty one you gave me.
It looked interesting. I can't guarantee it's right up your alley, but
We'll see.
I know Justin has a handful of books from Book Expo as well. I don't know when he's going to get to them, because his schedule is just as ridiculous as ours, if not more, but we will find ways to make it work.
Excuse me.
I think one thing we've learned over these last 50 episodes is that as a group, all 5 of us are a pretty good balance for all of each other.
Mm.
We all have our strengths and skills and abilities, and when you mesh them all together, it's kind of impressive what we can accomplish.
Agreed. Agreed, definitely.
Indeed.
You know, I guess I'm not signing in with my Apple ID right now.
One thing we can kind of do, based off of our regular episodes, what are our goals or things we'd like to accomplish before next episode?
Right.
Get my commissions from ConnectiCon done.
Sleep.
I need to do all the follow-up from the convention. And post the freaking con stories.
Read 'em.
How far into the con story did you get?
I'm almost done with Saturdays since I'd already started typing that one up. I still have Fridays and Sundays. Today was mostly just unpacking, getting a few other stuff like the tripod and puttering about around the house because I wasn't around for a couple days.
Today was very much catch up on sleep for us here. We intend to actually do more important stuff, unpacking and prep work for the rest of the week.
Hmm.
I will have the Not Suitable for Word Ninjas done for you sometime tomorrow.
Okay,
It's probably
Yeah.
only going to be about 40 minutes long, but
that's fine.
I just need to put it all together.
Yep. I was actually good. I slept in until 8 o'clock today. It was fantastic. I might have had to put a pillow over my head so I could sleep that late, but
Mm.
It's funny. You went to sleep or like almost around the time. You woke up around the time I went to sleep.
Calvin.
I tried to type up the convention stories last night. I fell asleep with the typewriter in my lap on my bed.
Oh,
I don't know. We went to bed sometime between 2 and 3 o'clock, and then we just slept.
Hmm.
I admit I crashed for a little while after we got home.
Yeah, and I had to get up like 10 or so to take the garbage out, so we didn't miss the garbage man. But other than that, we slept.
Well, to be fair, we were all pulling like 20-hour days all weekend.
Yeah, all of us barely got any sleep all weekend. Even when we could lay down to go to sleep. I don't know about the rest of you, but sleep wasn't exactly easy.
But how do you know?
Maybe you just need a sleeping bag like me.
Oh, son of a diddly.
Sleeping bags aren't that bad. Come on.
Oh, I figured out why I was having trouble.
Did you have caps
Log-
lock on?
No, I was missing the L in my first name.
Calvin.
Kevin Williams.
Bloody hell. Yeah, fine. I'll use iCloud. I got everybody else tracking me, why not? Government, Google.
Archive of your own. I must be a pain in the butt.
That, and that, and that, and yeah, I'll do that too.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't really have much else to cover for today. I'm kind of burnt out from convention.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
I'm about with you.
Yeah, my brain has been like swimmy all day today, and which didn't help that I had to go meet with a client today about a website.
And
Thankfully,
for once, it wasn't me.
it worked out. The ended up meeting the client later, which gave me time to go to the Apple store and make this fantastic impulse buy.
Nice.
Yay.
But I think I've covered everything. ConnectiCon was exciting. Yeah, I got to meet so many cool people. Oh yeah, shout out to Garen, the guy the guy I met on the bus on the way to ConnectiCon.
His
He's
cosplay was impressive,
yeah,
especially for finishing it on the bus.
like we were literally chatting on the bus, and he was sewing up the fingers on that glove. That's incredibly impressive. So shout out to him for being awesome.
Hooray!
And all the fantastic people we met over the weekend.
Yes.
Yep.
I,
And there were a lot of you. And you're all awesome!
And to everyone who added to the convention stories.
Yes.
I know that doesn't net us any money or finances or anything that way, but it's a lot of fun for us, and it looked like it was a lot of fun for everyone who participated.
Yes.
And it's fun to see people's reactions when they either see the sign or try to type on it.
Yeah.
yeah, usually the sign was drawing them in. It's like, Banging hard?
Yeah.
What?
Well, it is a typewriter. You do have to press pretty hard to make the ink transfer to the paper, so.
Ew. There is no lying in that statement.
Hmm.
Just the faces people make are great.
The fun part is when you also have to explain not only that you have to bang it hard, but you have to bang it slow, or the keys will get caught up on each other.
Hmm.
So you have to go hard and slow with the typewriter.
And you have to fiddle with the bar in order to make it go down a line.
And hopefully next time round I will remember where my freaking typewriter key is so I can unlock my regular typewriter and not have to use my backup one.
Hey, at least you had a backup one.
True. Worst case scenario, I had a second backup one, but that thing is a beast.
So
Freaking
next time, remember
Smith
that you put the
Corona.
key on your actual key ring.
Yeah. Of all the places to put a key, why would you put it on your key ring?
I honestly don't know why I put it on there, considering how I only use it for conventions, so.
But it still makes sense to be there.
Next time I will do my best to remember. And I don't want to bring the Smith Corona, because that thing is bigger than the two Royals that I have. And the table space is at a premium.
Yeah.
Wait, the Smith Corona, is that the one you brought here?
No. The only typewriters you've ever seen are my two Royals, my Model O and the Quiet Deluxe. I have a Smith Corona, which is, I'd say, 2 to 3 inches wider
Mm.
I'm just trying
as
to
the
look.
actual typewriter, never mind the case. The case is like an actual suitcase.
Holy crap.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
How much heavier is that one compared to the Royals?
Not twice as much, but like 1.5 Royals weight.
Yeesh.
Still portable,
Technically.
technically.
Portable. And shout out to everyone at ConnectiCon. Shout out to Leo, the press director.
Yeah, he was fantastic. Kudos to him for coordinating all of that.
Yeah.
That takes skill.
We've given her a shout out already, but it bears repeating. Shout out to Itty Bitty Sheep.
Yes.
Always.
All hail the sheep.
Oh, how did she like her writer's block?
Oh.
I'm
get
really
to,
sad I missed that.
I didn't get to see her reaction either.
It was funny because I had taken it out and she was talking to somebody when I had it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just standing there and I just kind of had it like this, and the eyes were just peeking at her. It took her, what, about 5-10 minutes to realize I was standing there
Not
with
too
it,
long.
and the eyes just got wide.
She squealed a little bit.
She did squeal. And there was much hugging and loving.
Awesome.
If I can figure out how to do the wolf equivalent of the sheep cube, I will send you the details.
I just need to find a fabric that's appropriate.
Would you be
I
able
will
to?
commission that personally because I want one.
If you find the right fluff.
Yeah, that's going to take some hunting.
And I still have Calvin. I have to go looking at it, but I think I still have the brown fabric that I made your vest out of. And I know you wanted one out of that,
Oh, yeah.
so I'll still do that for you.
You might need 2 different colors to do the wolf. Gray and white.
Well, if I can get like a faux fur, like a short nap faux fur, we could probably do it.
Mm.
There just won't be ears. No ears, no tails. No ears, no tails.
I can add my tail to it.
Well, I might be able to put a tail on it, but no ears.
Fair enough.
Oh, craft faux fur is a thing, so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Maybe
Because the
once we
backing
get
on
you
it will be
the
big enough for me to be able to do it.
maybe once we get you the fancy schmancy sewing machine that you can program patterns into.
Keep that your fingers. Because I can make it do it.
Add it to the wish list.
I still haven't found the one I want yet. I'm looking.
Just don't slip in any bad dragon stuff in there to try and slip it by me. I will be paying attention.
There's only 3 big things I want.
From Bad
No.
Dragon.
No! Nothing from Bad Dragon. I want a sewing machine. I want a printer. I'll even forego this one. I will forego a second monitor for. And I want the Cintiq. Those are my 3 things. That's all I want. Like I said, I will forego the extra monitor for that.
Yeah, we've gotten to the point where, as I said offline, we have a budget for everyone for the year. Just price things out and give me details of what we would get out of it or what you can do with it, and we'll make it work. Because here is a promise for episode 50. Crap, what was the name? Inspire the Muse LLC is going to be a thing. We are going to make this work or die trying.
Damn right.
Shut up, all. Shut up, everyone.
No. I'm going to quote you on this one. We're going to make it try, make it work, or die trying, and then we'll come back as zombies and make it work.
And save on here.
That is a CJ original line.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah, by episode 100, I want Inspire the Muse LLC to be a thing so that we can talk about, hey, back on episode 50, we said it would happen, and hey, it happened. And here is how far we've come. Because seriously, as I mentioned in a Tumblr post earlier today, you guys were fantastic for the entire convention and for this entire year plus. Look how far we've come from episode 1. Calvin knows, look how far we've come since Full Coverage Writers was a thing. We've come a ridiculous way, and with this momentum, we are going to go so much farther.
The best is yet to come. Like, this is absolutely beautiful, like, what we've been able to accomplish. And I'm so proud to have you guys not only as friends but as co-workers. This is absolutely beautiful, man.
Couldn't ask for a better boss.
Yay.
Yep.
I'm helping.
And now we are helping.
Yay.
Yeah, sorry for that massive love fest, people, but it's all love here, man.
It is. It really is.
I think on that overly sappy note, we should wrap things up.
Good idea.
All right, tune in Sunday. I can't really say next week since we're a little late on this one, for obvious reasons. Tune in Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time for episode 51 of Word Ninjas Live, where we're going to get kind of back onto track with our regular type of setup, talking about various talkie points. We're going to have Muse Food again and writing prompts of various styles. It's unlikely we're going to get an author interview that quickly, but you never know. We have several in the queue that we're trying to coordinate, so definitely check out for the various social media posts that we'll have going on, usually about half an hour beforehand of just what to expect. Chances are if you're viewing this, you already have found our YouTube channel, but just search for Word Ninjas Live. You'll track us down. Our social media, we're on Tumblr, fcwordninja.tumblr.com. We're on Twitter at fcwordninja. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/fullcoveragewriters. We tend to cross-promote all of our event stuff on everything, so if you find us on one, you usually get enough info to figure out what's going on. So if you don't happen to like one type of social media or you're not on it, hey, no worries. We try to cover the whole gambit. And yeah, definitely stay tuned for a lot of the future shenanigans and projects and endeavors that we are putting together, because things are really just beginning and really ramping up. It's going to get a whole lot crazier. Muhahaha.
God help us all.
It's kind of
God
wild
can't
thing.
help you now.
It's weird to think ConnectiCon was just a warm up.
Mm.
And you know what makes me happy? I did all of that out of my memory. I don't have any show notes or anything up whatsoever. I'm kind of impressed I remember that all. 'Cause everyone here is familiar with my memory.
Yeah.
Well, after 49 episodes of repetition, it was bound to stick eventually.
Yay. But to be fair, since we kind of were quick last week and we're wrapping things up now, just a quick run through of who are we anyway, for anyone who's tuning in just from ConnectiCon. I don't think I actually ever introduced anyone properly, and we haven't wrapped up yet, but I am Charles, your instigator of literary insanity and productivity, whatever the hell title I have at any given time. I am the leader of all of this ridiculousness and creator of everything. God help us all, even though he can't really help us. Cthulhu help us all.
Oh,
And
dear.
joining me is our Will.
Hello.
And Ed, our resident alchemist.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi.
And Calvin, the tech master of everything.
Let's see. I'm the good lord. I'm the friendly neighborhood webmaster. I am the AV coordinator and all things tech, and the resident musician.
Resident artist over here.
Jeez.
And Will is also the serial porn writer.
Someone has to write the porn.
And the panels.
Yeah.
Somehow I have a feeling you're going to be writing a lot more of the two we haven't done yet.
We'll be coordinating.
Not it.
Damn it! Calvin, it's all you.
Nope.
Damn it! It's all Justin.
Ah!
You're not here, you get blamed.
It's all on Reality Man, who is busy dealing with reality at the moment. But yeah, that's going to wrap up episode 50, folks. Tune in next week for episode 51, where we have a little more structure, give or take, but just as many shenanigans.
And we shall close out on 3D printed companion cube.
Ooh. Oh, wait, that was 3D printed?
Yes.
That was 3D printed at the convention? Or beforehand?
Beforehand.
But the 3D printer was there. I walked by it.
I completely missed the 3D printer. I don't know how I did that.
Yeah, 'cause it was
You were
right
distracted.
behind us, wasn't it?
A little farther down. But yeah.
When I walked by, there must have been a bunch of people in front of it, so I must have missed it.
So yeah, that wraps up episode 50. Tune in next time, and have a good night, everyone.
Take care.
Good night.